Wavies and curlies, this is Stacy from the Frizz Girls, and as you can see, I have frizz and I have gym hair. I don't care. I just got home from the gym. It's been up since last night. I slept with it. I went to the gym today, so I just left it pulled up. Now we're going to take it down and wash it. But I wanted to share something with you because just within the last week, I shared a video with you talking about how there was a parent and they had like a 10-year-old child, a girl, looked like maybe they had wavy curly hair, and they had let their child go visit their other parent, and for 10 days the child's hair did not get washed for whatever reason. Don't know the details. It's not my business. I'm not going to be concerned with the details. But when the child came home, the parent could not get the child's hair to go back to normal, and they were dry brushing their hair. And this is why I created the videos as well as the Frizz Girl series, because my role is to help you parents help navigate how to take care of your child's wavy curly hair. And one of the rules that we use with wavy curly hair is no dry brushing. And you can find all the reasons in my book, What the Frizz, How to Take Care of Your Wavy Curl, No Dry Brushing, starring the Frizz Girls. You can grab it in my TikTok shop or on my website. But I also wanted to show you with my own hair why we don't dry brush our hair. So I'm going to pull my hair out of the scrunchie that I have in like this. Now, I normally do not dry brush my hair ever, and there's a reason why. So I'm just going to shake my hair out. And as you can see, I've got lots of volume, but I've got lots of wonky pieces. It just really needs a good wash and style. So I'm going to use my Dem brush to brush my hair. And most people, when they brush their hair, they actually brush it horizontally, and they start at the roots, okay? And you'll notice that it's kind of hard to get my hair to run through the brush. Now, I don't have a lot of product in my hair because I haven't done a refresh, so it's brushing pretty well. But when you brush your hair, you want to brush it vertically, not horizontally, because if you look at the brush, they're running in columns, not rows. So you actually want to brush this way. And when you brush wavy curly hair, you actually want to brush from the ends first and then brush it up the mid shaft. But I'm just going to go ahead and brush my hair as a regular person who has no idea how to deal with wavy curly hair, so you can actually see what happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush my hair. And as you notice, I've got some knots at the bottom of my hair, and my hair is getting stuck. What happens is when we dry brush our wavy curly hair, we're actually drying and brushing out our hair pattern. We're also creating split ends and breakage in our hair, and we don't have slip. The only people who have slip when they brush their hair dry is people with stick straight hair, okay? That hair is meant to be brushed dry. Wavy curly hair, not. We're actually the opposite. We're meant to be brushed wet. So I'm just gonna brush out one side of my hair so you can kind of see what it looks like. And I'm brushing in sections. And you'll notice it's more matted in the back of my hair, okay? And sometimes when you brush wavy curly hair dry, especially with kids, and it's matted, this is going to hurt. As you can see, I'm holding my hair mid-shaft, okay? If I was just to brush it without holding it, it's going to put tension and pull on their hair, and they're going to scream and cry. Why? Because it hurts. And that's not the best way to brush wavy curly hair. And you can see here, I have some knots in my hair. And you can see as I'm trying to brush it out, look what's happening to my hair. It's getting frizzy and kind of getting a little staticky. But I still can't get the brush through my hair because I've got like knots in my hair. Okay? And I'm holding it mid-shaft, so it's not pulling on my whole head and pulling at the root, okay? So I'm just gonna pull my hair out of the way. And as you can see, look at how frizzy that is. And it's getting poofy, okay? We don't want this, okay? And I'm just gonna pull, and for me, this hurts, and I'm an adult, okay? And I'm not even pulling from the root, I'm pulling mid-shaft. Okay, now I have this wonky section here that needs to be brushed. And look at that, it's frizzy. and it hurts. I can feel it hurting on my root, and I'm holding my hair mid-shaft. So if you are brushing wavy curly hair on a kid and you're not holding it mid-shaft and you're holding it dry and they're screaming and crying, it's your fault. Plain and simple. It's your fault, okay? Because that hurts, okay? Just brush, and there's knots in my hair, okay? This is what happens with wavy curly hair when you brush it. You brush out the pattern, you add frizz, it gets poofy. There is no style to the hair. So here's the difference. This is wavy hair unwashed. I'm getting ready to wash it, unbrushed. It's just, I mean, I've got some clumps and I've got some waves, but I'll wash it and cleanse my scalp, cleanse my hair, put some styling product in and dry it and go on my merry little way. And I've got some frizz, I know that, because it needs to be washed. But look at the difference, okay, in my hair. Look at all the hair in my brush. Look at that. That's a lot of hair. So when you're dry brushing hair, you're also pulling hair out. We lose an average of 50 to 100 strands per day. Most of the time it's in the shower, which is completely normal. Now, if you're losing huge clumps of hair, like lots of clumps of hair, what I would recommend, and I'm not a doctor by any means or a nurse, I'm not licensed in the medical field, but if you are losing clumps of hair, like just chunks all the time, I would recommend talking to a doctor and getting your hormones and thyroid checked out. You might have a hormonal imbalance. Your thyroid might be off and might need to be rebalanced, and that could cause those extra amounts of hair shedding over, 50 or 100 strands per day than like major chunks. So if you're seeing major chunks of hair when you're in the shower and you're just like handfuls of hair, it might be hormonal related. I would recommend seeing a doctor and having them run a few tests to see what the problem is, and maybe you need to just get rebalanced with some medication if it's a thyroid or hormonal issue. So this is just tons of hair, and I never have this issue. Why? Because I don't dry brush my hair. And I'm just gonna pull out the hair from the brush and just kind of show you, this is my hair when I dry brushed it. And it doesn't look very good either. So that's kind of another reason why I really encourage you to teach your children why we don't dry brush our hair. And you can always, again, go to my TikTok shop, or you can go to my website, www.thefrizzgirls.com. Grab a copy of What the Frizz, How to Take Care of Your Wavy Curly Hair, No Dry Brushing, starring the Frizz Girls, and really see why we don't dry brush our wavy curly hair. So I hope that answers your questions, parents. Stay tuned, because you never know when I'll have a tip for you. Have a great day. Bye.